Hey everyone, here again with a video that I think you'll like about real estate investments. Now, first I want to just take this back a little bit. There was a post that I made on Facebook, and I've also shared this online with some other members and friends of mine, that you should never go into investing and speculate. So the cool thing about us and real estate is we're using a proprietary software that really helps us rank markets, and not just rank a market itself, not nationally speaking, because we do the research behind that before we get the data and go into a market. What it allows us to do is pick the hottest zip codes in a market. So here's that original post, right? And I'm typically buying, if it's single family, 40% from the as it sits value, or 50 cents on the dollar, even all in, typically with the after pair value in a property. I want to show you and share with you an example of how this has worked extremely effectively. So, one of the current markets in single family fix and flip rehabs and also small multifamily buys is Chicago. Now, Chicago is a huge market. It is the third largest city in the United States, behind New York City and then Los Angeles. It is the second, it sits in the second largest county by population in the United States, behind Orange County in California. So, it's a huge market. Well, I want to share with you the software that helps us figure out where my team, my business, and I, as a top wholesale real estate investment wholesaler, can figure out the markets, and it allows our passive private lenders to feel comfortable that when we go in to take down a property, which means buy, that's just a lingo, to buy or take it down, they feel very comfortable that we know the market, we figured it out, and it's black and white. It's not speculating. We know exactly what's going on. So let me show you this. This is so cool. You're going to love it. Now, recently, by having chosen the market in Chicago and Cook County, what we do is we get all of the data so that we can rank the zip codes. So we're in a particular zip code where we know that it's very active from a real estate investment standpoint. What we're looking at now are all of the cash solds in a 90-day period of time. And in that zip code, we have 59 properties that sold cash at an average $70,000, okay, the mean, and 1,246 was square footage. So we have an idea of what we need to buy. And by the way, these are just single family detached homes. So with that, we target our marketing and my team in going in and cultivating deals like that. As a result of what we are doing, we have a number of deals in the works in this particular zip code. Here's one that I'm going to check out tomorrow and do a final walkthrough inspection before we close this coming Friday. So let me show you what came up with that. And this is a Google Earth image of that particular zip. So it's one of the most active zip codes for purchasing properties at a discount, fixing them up, and then flipping them. So it's one of the most active rehab zip codes in Cook County currently as I'm recording this for you. So you can see where our property sits here, and I've only blacked out the address because we have not yet closed on it. When we do, that's fine. I'm happy to share that with you. And you can see how it's in this beautiful area, Marquette Park, Chicago lawn. So very active zip code, excellent thing to go after. Also, we focus on the brick properties because those are typically the ones the home buyers, when you're looking to resell or your exit strategy, they're buying brick properties. They're not buying frame properties. So we're focusing on the brick properties. Here's the brick property that we have that I'm doing the inspection on tomorrow. Let me show you what it looks like off the Cook County assessors. Sorry, I said Cook County. I meant Cook County. So here it is. Right off the Cook County Assessor's website, we have this 5-bed, 2-bath property, all brick, and we happen to know that this is 568 square feet. Now, the estimated market value is $142,500. Take a look at this. And then the market value prior to that, I mean, this literally jumped nearly $30,000 in a year. So you can see how the key thing is for us to know our numbers going in, not speculating on any type of investment, no matter whether it's real estate or otherwise. And now when we're going in, we're actually purchasing this property, and I'll bring up that spreadsheet for you once again. Purchasing that property right now, we're under contract for $70,000. So we're below the average purchase price at 1,246 square feet for a distressed property. This is a property that's already been partially rehabbed by a buyer, and for whatever reason, they're in a motivated position to sell. So we picked it up at $70,000, 1,568 square feet, all brick, full basement, and it's got a 3-car garage, which is all brick as well. We're anticipating a light cosmetic rehab and to turn around and resell that property. And we also have numbers when we go into the buy, we know what our exit is, and we get all that up front. So our passive private lenders, when we secure their interest to it via deed of trust to the property, that they know that we're getting in at all in at 65, no more than 70 cents on the dollar for the acquisition, the holding cost, the rehab, and then the resale, which makes them very comfortable. If you're ever using passive private lenders to invest in your real estate investments, makes them very comfortable knowing that these are properties that are selling quickly at a higher level and that you are getting a great deal and you are very well targeted. And that's exactly what we're doing. I'll show you this analysis here in a minute. Okay, so here's our current analysis of properties within a half mile. We've actually narrowed it down even closer in that area and are just finalizing it before we go through the walkthrough tomorrow, which we've already have a property inspection on, and everything looks really clean. We don't have to worry about anything really being bad on this property whatsoever. So we feel very comfortable with it being a cosmetic rehab. So we know that these properties, these are all brick. Notice these are ones that have sold typically in a days on market as we come into the summer time frame of 30 to 40 days on market. And here's our sale price. Now remember, we're buying at 70, and if we're going to sell a property at an average 1,568 square feet, which we have, our target price is about 179 to 185 right now. So we feel very comfortable with the numbers. All right, folks. Well, in some of the next videos, I'll show you the walkthrough and what our final decision is on the property prior to closing, if we will or not. And you'll hear all about it because nothing is always black and white in anything you do in investments. At least you need to know the numbers, and then you have to have a team on the ground to do a full workup analysis on that. Make sure you're very comfortable with the numbers at the end of the day. It's not an emotional buy, it's strictly logic, and then make sure we execute on it. So I'll be sharing that as we move forward. Until then, all the best. And if you like any of these videos and this content, feel free to message myself or my team. And we also have great wholesale investment properties that we sell in this area in Chicago as well. So feel free to hit us up if you'd like to get a great investment property to purchase off of us too. Cheers.